To begin with, attach your continuity tester to the normally closed contacts of switch number 1. Before customizing the 30% set point, factory set point as indicated by the green dot in this window here, let's observe that value. Notice the flow rate is at about 50%. As it decreases to 30%, the set point, you will hear the signal that the state of the switch has changed. To increase switch 1's set point from factory set point of 30% full scale to say 50%, establish a flow rate of 50% and then proceed to loosen the 2 clamp screws just a little bit, enough so that you can move switch 1 to the right a little bit until the continuity tester sounds again, showing a change of state. Verify that you're indeed at 50% by getting a greater flow rate and dropping down, and it's at 50%. So if necessary, not in our case since we got 50% just as we wished, but if it was a little bit low yet, you'd move it a bit further to the right. If it was a bit high, you'd move it to the left. Once you're at 50%, which we were going after, tighten up the set screws. And we've completed setting switch 1 for a set point of 50% full scale. You come down to 50, it sounds. One more time. Decreasing to 50%, success. While moving a reed switch to the right moves its set point upscale as we've just observed, moving a switch to the left moves the set point downscale as we'll observe now with switch number 2. Begin by connecting your continuity tester to the normally closed contacts of switch number 2. As the green dot in the window for switch 2 indicates, it is presently at the factory setting of 90% of full scale. You'll observe that as the flow rate increases and comes to 90%, the state of the switch changes. But say we would like to change the set point presently at 90%, the factory setting for switch 2, to 70% of full scale. Establish a flow rate of 70%. Loosen the screws on the clamp just slightly so that we are able to move switch number 2 to the left to lower the set point from 90 until it changes states and the continuity tester sounds once more. Let's see how close we are. Decrease the flow rate and start to approach, increasing towards 70. We hope it'll change state at 70. That's our goal. Very close. It was a little bit low, so in order to bring it up a little bit more precisely, we might proceed to move the switch a little bit to the right to increase it. But we'll be content with this. That's quite close. So take it to full scale, then take her all the way down to 0 flow. And now, one more time, increase the flow rate, and notice that as we reach 70, switch 2's change of state occurs just as we wanted. After making final adjustments, you tighten up the clamp screws, not too tight. Too tightly you might damage the switches actually. And now let's verify that while adjusting switch 2 to the 70% set point, that switch 1, which we had adjusted earlier to a 50% set point, have remained the same. So we should see, right now, you're hearing this switch here, switch 1, it'll go off. Now we expect switch 2, as the rate increases, to go off at 70%. It does. And as we decrease, we expect That'll go out, and now switch 1 will go through a state change at about 50, and it does. So no adjustment is necessary.